Guys, so today we are gonna create one ultimate API that will solve most of our problem. As of now, we have created many API which just do one job. Just take the data, maybe just create one row in the database. Maybe just adding one question or adding one test, adding one user, just doing one thing, right? But usually, if I want to take a test, what I do is in Google Forms, I don't add one question. I don't keep on adding one question, one by one questions. I prepare a question in Excel file, Excel sheet or CSV, then I upload it to Google Sheet. Okay. So what happens at that time? Let's say that test has 50 questions. 50 questions at a time. Google Forms will validate all the questions row by row. If everything seems correct, then within one go, just by one click, everything will be saved in the database. Or then what I can do is just share the link with you guys. Right? Today we gonna do that. To do that, so in one go, what are we gonna do is creating one test. Along with that test, we are passing one CSV file. That file contains the list of questions and list of options. For example, if it is MCQ, 4 options will be there. If it is a MCQ, one correct answer will be there. Okay, I will show you the sample CSV how it looks like. This is how the CSV will look like. First column question, second column question type, marks, option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and the correct option. So here we have question types of 2 types. One is MCQ, one is text. Okay. For MCQ, 4 options will be there. For text, there will be no options, right? In that place, what we can do is just put just put nothing, just pass it just by adding the commas. It will take the empty value. Here, no options. Okay. If you see the second row, that is MCQ. 2 plus 2 what? First option is 1, second option is third column is marks. So this is question type, this is marks, this is option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4, and this is correct option. Okay. So the number of headers, this first row is called headers in CSV. Okay. This is called header. Let's say I have 1, 2, 3 plus 4, 7, 8 headers I have. That means my CSV should have 8 columns. All the row below that should have 8 columns. If it has data or not doesn't matter. The comma should be there. Okay. If you see the fourth line, explain oops, that is the question. It is of type text. So that's why I don't have any option, no correct option also. Right. So this is the kind of input data I have. Now I have to feed this data. I'm going to pass this file in the API. Then after passing it, how will I take it? Usually what we do request.data, we pass it into serializer, right? Here slightly different thing. I will show you how it is. We take the data, we take the CSV file, I will process it. Then in this total, how many questions are there? 10 questions are there, right? So when I hit this button, 10 questions should be created. If I check the admin panel, 10 questions should be there. So that is the goal. That is what we are gonna create right now. Okay. In this one API, you will learn a lot of things. So it's like kind of lengthy code. So many things are there. Let's break it down point by point. You won't feel it difficult. Okay. Let's start. Here I have decided, let's pass title, file, which I shown you here. This file I am passing. In the request body, in the forms data, here you have to select file. That's it, nothing else. Okay. Then I'm giving time limit, which is optional, because in my code I have written, if I don't give the time limit, by default it will take 30 minutes. Okay. Then it's published. I'm making it true because I'm passing all the question and option. Let's publish it. If I don't pass this also, it's fine because by default value is false. It will take. So mandatory fields are two things: title and file. Now, first let me open my admin panel. So I have so many questions. Let me delete everything first. To delete question, I don't have to go one by one. Just I can delete all the tests, all the option and the questions will be deleted because it has a cascading relation. Okay. Deleting everything. I just deleted text, test. If I open question, nothing will be there. If I open option, nothing will be there. Okay. So now let me hit this button because I wrote the code already. If I refresh this, all the options came, all the questions that was inside that CSV file that came. If I open test, one test will be there. This is the test I created now. So one API is doing lot of job, right? So let's say where the request goes. If I hit this send button, where should I check where that API point is there? In which file? Huh? Yeah? Where the list of API point will be there? URLs. So I have to go to root folder URL. Here it starts with API slash. So it is API. Whatever starts with API slash, everything will be inside this test app URLs. This is my test app. This is my URLs. Next I will go here. What is the next? Bulk upload. Bulk upload code is written here inside this. Let me open it. Okay. So first line. What does this line number 122 says? What is that? See? Okay, read it out. What is it? Sorry? No, line number 122. What is it? Inside permission class, who is there? This teacher. What is this teacher checking? Tell me, here's the code. Say what it is checking. Two things are happening there. What is it? Say. User? Okay, right? No, teacher, we are just checking whether it is a teacher, that's it. Okay, teacher or student, no. First one is correct, whether that user ID exists or not. Also, it also checks whether the access token is valid or not. Okay. Then request.user, it should be teacher. Okay, that's what we are checking. That checking, I'm giving it here in the permission class. In this line, it will call that and it does. Next, why do I have post here? Can you see? Post. Why did I write post then? Why do we write post there? Can you see different methods? So what is post? What is post? You just said, when I asked, tell the different API methods, you said get post put, right? So what is post? It's a method. So what post method does? When do we use post method? Yesterday we discussed this. So when do we use get method? Okay, tell me what is the meaning of post in English? What's the meaning of post? What is the meaning of post? Post method. So post office method. Huh? See, it's okay. Don't hesitate. What is post? Sending the data. That's it. If you are giving something to the backend, then we use post method. If you are taking get method, okay. Then what is this? Serializer. Why do we use serializer? Can you see? Why do we use serializer? What is the job of serializer? There are two main purpose of serializer. One is validate, then
translating the code.
correct. Simple. Translation. Validation and translation. Translation between JSON to Python object and Python object to JSON. Validation based on what we give the validation. Okay. Now whatever data I got from the request, I'm passing it inside the serializer. Okay. This is the serializer. In this, I have 4 high level validation and extreme level validation I have put inside the code. I will explain. When I say high level validation, that 4 fields which I passed in the request body, as you can see here, title, file, time limit is published. All 4 are there. For that I am saying this is how you have to translate. Title should be char field. Time limit should be integer field. In that, what is that? Default 30. Default value I am giving 30. Is published should be boolean field. Okay, the default is 30. File should be file field. It's not a string, it's not a char field, boolean field, nothing. It's a file field. Okay. So all the data which I passed in the request, it's coming here right now. Highly validation is happening. Then translation happens. Once this is done, once these things are done, it will come back here. It will come back here. 1 second. It will come back here. Okay. When I do serializer dot is valid, now somewhat translation is done. Okay. Now it will come here. Serializer dot is valid. When I do this, it will check whether inside this serializer do I have a validate method. If that method is not there, then whatever validation we done before, that's it. That's the only thing. These 4 things are there. No, this is it. If I do is in the views, if I do serializer dot is valid, it will check whether my serializer have this method. If yes, then this function will be called. In this function, I mean, so many lines of code are there. I will say what's happening inside. Okay. Now in this file, in this method, one argument is there, data. Okay. That data is what we passed in the post method. That data has 4 things. What are those? These many. With the key value, it has here this data. Okay. Now to get that file, I'm using this method. Basically, you can assume like data is a dictionary. To get the value of the dictionary, what we use, either get method or in the key we call it, if you recall that concept. Okay, we use data. Here we pass the key name. So if I do this, I get respective value. Dictionary concept. Okay. Now I got file. That file, CSV file, is inside this variable right now. In this block, what is this block? What is exception? What is exception handling? Can you say? Yeah. Can you say? Exception handling. Sorry? Okay. So, when I put the code inside the try catch block, if that code, if inside the try block, if it is throwing any error, the program won't stop. We will catch it. So that's why I have put the risky code inside the try catch block. Okay. Risky code I will write inside this. Expected error I will catch here in the except block. After catching that, I decide what I should do. Here I am raising the error. When I do this, the postman will receive the message as a response. It's an invalid CSV file. So if it is invalid CSV file, then something might be happening here. What I am doing is, the file which I passed is a CSV file, right? Now Python won't typically, it won't understand CSV easily. What Python understands is list, dictionary kind of thing, right? So now I have to convert into list and dictionary. I got CSV, I want to convert into these things. So that's why I use that method. File.readme, I am reading it. Decoding to UTF-8 means when I receive that file, it will be in different data formats. For example, it will be in the byte format. Okay, I want to convert it into string. That's why I am using UTF-8. So there till here, what happens is the CSV file I got, that will be in the byte format. It will convert into string when I do decode UTF-8. Okay. Then when I do split lines, if for example I have 10 lines of code, right? After each line, /n will be there. Hidden /n will be there. So wherever it finds the /n, there I am splitting it and making a list. This will become a list now. That CSV file will become a list of string. Each line will be string. Entire CSV file become a list. Okay. Then I am converting into dictionary. When I convert into dictionary, this was my input CSV. When I convert into dictionary, what happens is, for each line, for each row, it will get key value. For example, for line number 2, question 2 plus 2, question type MCQ, marks 1. When I go to line number 3, question capital of India, question type MCQ, marks 1. Again line number 4, question explain oops, question type text. So like that mapping happens for each row, and each item will get a key. That key is a header of a CSV. I'll explain once again. Assume I have 3 columns. Okay, name, class, section. This is my CSV. I have let me write 3 rows. One is Sunil, first standard, A section. Ramesh, second standard, B section, Suresh third standard C section. So this is the input CSV I have. Okay. Now when I do CSV dot dictionary read that particular one, line number 132, what happens is, before this we created a list. In that list what happens is, it will become like this: name Sunil, class section, class standard section A. Okay. Again, name Ramesh, class second standard section B. Like this mapping happens. Initially it was like this. I will convert it first. When I do, it will be in the CSV format. When I read it, it will be in the byte format. Then when I do decode UTF-8, it will be, everything will become string. Even this, for example, if I have just 1 to 3 here, this 1 to 3 will also become string. Okay, it won't be a number. Then when I do split lines, everything will become a list. After that, when I convert into CSV.dictReader, what happens is, for every row, every item will get a key. Sunil, name Sunil, class first standard section A. That is one item. This is in the 0th index. Next comes the name Suresh, class second section B. This is first index. This will become a second index. Like this, for every value here, will get a key. So when I do this, Python will easily able to catch it. For example, if I want this value, second standard, what I can do is this list this list of 1 dot class. If I do this, I get this value. So it's right now, if it is in this structure, if it is in the list with the dictionary, if it has key value, to compute it will be very easier. Okay, because I have to put each value inside one table. In one table, for one column, I have to assign each value. That's why I'm separating everything by giving the key. Okay, if something goes wrong with these two lines, something goes wrong means the uploaded file is not CSV. For example, the uploaded file is PDF. Then this will throw an error that I will catch it here. Okay. Then, for example, if the CSV header have 9 columns, but the second row has only 5 columns, that's a mistake. Again, I will get this invalid CSV file. Okay. So this part of code is very important because I'm cleaning the data. After this step, everything is normal. Whatever we did till now, creating the API and save it in the database, then now things will become normal. Now I have clean data. Okay. Now no more CSV. Can anyone tell what is this? Validated row equals to square bracket. Library? Empty list, correct. So this is an empty list, okay. Why I do this? Because I can access that variable later and append it. Okay. I don't have to declare inside. I will declare outside only the empty list. I will keep on appending the values. So I am declaring two empty lists. One is a validated row and errors. Why I am doing errors? Because, for example, name, class, section. If I strictly say that this class column should be numbers only, 1, 2, 3. If he writes something in the third column, here he wrote 1, here he wrote 2, here if he wrote third, the input, the user, if he write third here, when I am validating it, this is wrong for me. So I have to tell him somehow, your third row is wrong, right? So that is the reason why I am creating that error list. In that list, I will write all the rows where data is incorrect. For example, I will return it like this: error, okay, error. Your third row class column data is incorrect. Maybe he didn't have knowledge that it should be numbers only. That's why I check it in the code and I will throw this error to him. Your third row is a mistake. And if he makes the same mistake in the fifth row, I will say your third and fifth row column is incorrect. So like this I will validate and give the proper message to the front end. It is very important, you as a backend developer, to give the proper message to the front end. Otherwise, first thing, it will be hard to debug for you. Second thing, the front end guy won't understand what is going on. You can't just say just error. You have to give the proper message. What is the error? So to debug it will be easy for you only. When you say the third and fifth row, that class column is incorrect, what you will do? You will open the source file, the CSV file which he uploaded. You will say, oh okay, this is wrong. You should not give third. It should be 3 only. So that's the clear message you are giving to the front end. It is very important to give the proper message to the front end. That's why I am creating a separate list to store all the errors. Then I will return it to the front end. These are the errors you made. Don't make it. Okay. Now, one more concept. Do you guys know what is this enumerate? Yes. So it's a for loop, right? It's a for loop. In the for loop, the typical way to do iteration is either we pass the list here or tuple, or we write range and we give the start, end and step. Right, this is how the typical for loop will look like. We write for I in, either we give list, tuple or range we give. Here I have given for index and row in enumerate. When I do enumerate, and if I pass one list inside that enumerate, it will return 2 things. One is index. Enumerate will return one index. One is the actual data. So whenever you need a index with your data, you can use enumerate. If you don't want index, you can just use your normal list. Okay. So for me, I need index because I have to tell in which row you made a mistake. The CSV file is wrong. I have to tell it clearly. That's why I am taking the index also. Okay. So that's why, as I need index, that's why I am using enumerate. Here why I am giving start equals to 1 because the user might not have a proper programming language because the indexing starts with 0, right? But if I say the 0th row is wrong, he might not understand or he might get confused, right? That's why I am starting with 1. If I say first start equals to 1, then I can say your first row means first row only, second row only. Okay. After this, I'm passing the data, this row. For example, here, what is reader? That list, the list of dictionary. In this reader, in each iteration one column will be coming. The reader is nothing but the entire CSVs. This is our entire CSV. This is header. This reader is nothing but one of the row. When in the first iteration this row will be pointed, second row this row will come, third iteration this row will come. So I am passing the reader inside. In the each iteration it will give one of the rows. Okay. For now I am in the first iteration. It's in the for loop. I am passing the one row. I am passing one row inside this serializer. So what is happening inside this serializer? This is a separate serializer. This is different serializer. Okay. Here the data I passed in the serializer. In the CSV. I have question type, marks, option 1, 2, 3, 4 and correct option. That I am validating here. Question type, marks, option 1, 2, 3, 4, correct option. So this validation I am giving. What validation I am doing? For example, for the question type I am saying it should be MCQ and text only. You can't give other text. Here I am saying these are all optional fields. And marks I am giving default as 1. So these are different type of validations I am doing. For each data I have respective fields to do the validation. Okay. After this when this is done, that one row will come here. First row is passed, that is translated. Then I am doing is valid. As I said, when I do is valid, it will check whether my CSV, whether my serializer have the validate method or not. It has a validate method. Now what all logic I have written inside, that will get executed inside normal Python. Can someone explain what's happening inside normal Python code? Can anyone try? Can you try at the end? Yeah. Say what's happening in the line number 81. Go line by line, you won't get confused. What is that? Data is a dictionary, okay? Data is, what is data right now? This is the data. Question type, marks, option 1, 2, 3, 4, option 1. And right now we are in the first iteration. I am talking about this row, only this row. I did not come to this. This data's translation is done. Now I am doing validating. That data as a dictionary, it's there. First row of CSV. Tell me data dot get. What happens when I do dot get? Sorry? Yeah. We retrieve the data. What is question type there? What we pass inside the get key? Get method. Tell me only. Forget about all these things. Tell me, this is a dictionary. You do dot get. Okay. Inside this, what do you pass? What request? Dictionary dot. This is a dictionary. You do dot get. What do you pass inside this get method? Key. We pass key. I just explained like 10 minutes before. Okay, we pass key inside. So here question type is a key. For that question type, as this is my header, this is the question type. The respective, right now I am talking about only this row. So the question, if I do that, request dot, what is it? Data dot get question type. I get this one. Got it? So right now inside question type, I have MCQ. Okay, next, options. What is that? What is options? What is options?
All the options we give
No. I mean, in Python, what is it? Option variable. What is it? What is the type of option? List, correct. So, options is a list. Inside list, we get values of, if I do data.get option 1, I have to go back to my CSV, data.get, what is that? Option 1. I'm talking about this data, right? So option 1 means 1, option 2 means 2, option 3 means 3, option 4 means 4. Okay, so that data I am storing in the options list. Now tell me what is happening inside this. Can you try? Yeah. What is that? Sorry? I don't know logic. Just tell me what is like happening there. What is it? How the computation happens here? What exactly it is?
We are assigning some value for options.
We are assigning, correct. Tell me the logic inside that list. For loop concept. Tell me. Yeah. Opt is a variable, yeah. No idea? Okay, let's break this out. If I have something like this, listen carefully. If I have something like this, start from here. Okay, don't start from here, start from here. For opt-in options, now tell me what is this? Only this much. What is this?
Opt is a variable, options is range.
Options is?
Range.
Range. It's not a range, this is option. So what is option? What is this? List. What is this? List. Okay. When I do for something in list, what do I get? In each iteration, what do I get? In first iteration, what do I get? If this is my list, if I do for opt-in options, if I print off, the first iteration, what will I get? Option? Not option 1, just 1. 1 will be printed. Second iteration, 2 will be printed. Okay. Now, this is either none or null. Okay. None or null. Now you know that this will give in each iteration one value it will give. Okay. After this, check this condition. This is like writing this condition inside this. If of opt. What does this mean? If opt. Yeah. Condition checking, correct. What condition are we checking? If I just do if some item, what does that mean? No, how it will know, correct or not? Just say if I have if name. Yeah? That's it. Then if we are checking if the name is there or not. If you are checking if opt or if true, if whatever, if class, anything. If I write if and if I write something in front of it, I am checking whether that item exists or not. That's it. I am checking the existence of it. Here I am checking if opt means does exist or not. That's it. First iteration 1 exist or not? Exist. So that one will come here. Second iteration 2 exist or not? 2 exist. So it will come to here. Next, none will come. None means doesn't exist. So nothing. By the end of this line number 89, in this options, if I have something like this, only 2 items will be present. Are you getting it? Before in this options list, I am just taking all the data, whatever passed in the CSV. If it is none, null, exist or not, 1, 2, doesn't matter. I am just taking it. After that I am filtering it. If it exists, only put it inside this variable. That's what that one-liner if condition. You can break it down. You can write cleanly. But this is how most of the good developers write the code. It will look clean. Okay. If you find something like this, first read this part, then read this part, then assign in each iteration what you get, assign in this. Okay. So right now, if I have something like this in the list, as output I will get this 1, 2. Now tell me what is happening here. What are we doing? Can you write? Correct options. Option 4. No. Just tell me if I do data.get. What is what will I get? What is data.get? Data is a dictionary. What is correct option then? Okay. Forget it. If I give something in the data, get, inside get, what do I pass? We don't pass value. We get the value. We pass key, we get the value. So correct option is the key here. Okay. For our first row, what is the correct option? 4. So inside this correct, 4 will come. Okay. Now someone tell me this block. Yeah. So what is that this symbol called? Double equals. Comparison. What are we comparing there? Q type and MCQ, right? So question type and MCQ. If the question type is MCQ, then we have some logic. What is that logic inside? One second. Is my first question of question type MCQ? Yes, question type is MCQ. Okay. So it will come inside this. Tell me now. If length of options less than 2, then what happens? Yeah. So it will be that error if the length of option is less than 2. I am saying if the question is MCQ, it should at least have 2 options. Okay, I can't give 1 option. It's wrong, right? So at least two options should be there. If it is less than two, if the option is only one, then I am saying to the front end, raising that error to the front end. MCQ must have at least two options. This you will get in the Postman response body. If you have just give one option. Okay, next, if not correct.
That is the variable which will be that option. So for you,
Correct.
the first thing we are not getting the correct answer, then variable is
No. What are we checking? If not correct means what are we checking? If not correct. If correct means if not correct means not present. That's it. If, for example, so where did that current variable came from? Data dot get correct option, right? If that is returning none or null, then here if not null means that data should present, that correct should present. If not present, then that error will be raised. Okay, I'm just checking exist or not. That's it, nothing else. Then valid. You might be not knowing that method. Any method. This method you won't use much, but it's good to know. Any method. Any method means inside any, I will be passing a list. Okay. In that list, if I have 10 items in the list, if any one is true, then this will become true. If this is true, this will become true. This entire thing is true, this will become true. Like that, if I have 10 items, 9 are false, 10th one is true, means final result is true. So that is the meaning of, that is the job of any method. Okay. Here, correct in option. What does that mean? Correct. Where is options? This is options. What is correct? This is correct. If correct is present in option, means if I have options like this, put, post, get, delete. In this, I am saying get is the correct answer. In options list, this will be there. In current column, if I have, either I should have 3 or I should have get. In the first condition I am checking, either I should have option number, third option, or I should have exact keyword. So in this I am checking correct in option. That means exact get should be there inside that variable correct. In our case, correct option is 4. What is the correct answer for this? Which option is correct for this question? Okay. So here 4 in 4. If I do this, what will I get? If I print 4 in 4, what will I get? Yeah. So this in method, I am checking whether this 4 exists inside this list. This is nothing but true or false output. 4 is there, true. If I check 5, if I give 5, this will become false. Okay, remember this in method. Okay. Then here I am checking that either answer should be there or answer's option number should be there. If nothing, if this becomes false, then I am returning the error as correct option is mismatch. There is no proper correct option. Okay. Then if the question type is text, then it is very simple. If it is of type text, then it should not have an option. If the Q type is text, then no option. So these are all different validation I am doing. At the end, I will have the data. Okay. If any validation fails, at that time only the validation will be thrown to the front end, whoever sent the request. Now where did I came from? I came from here. Once this is done, what I am doing is I am saving that particular row in a validated row. That means this row, the first row I checked everything is correct, all my validation is passed. Then save it somewhere, put it somewhere, it looks good. Okay. Once I have all the, similarly this loop will be keep on running. If any row is wrong, then it will be saved in the errors list. If everything is correct, it will save in this list. Okay. Like this, I am iterating through everything. I am iterating through all these questions and options. Then I am saving in the list. Now everything is saved. Right now, assume I have proper validated list. All the validation is passed. Till now, we did not create it in the database. It's not created. We just checked. All the validation is done. That's it. Creation did not happen. Creation didn't happen. Now next job is to create. Now everything is looking good. How to create it? I have to do serializer.save. Now when I do serializer.save, Django will check whether my serializer have create method or not. If I have create method, then this logic will be running. If I don't have it, it will automatically save. Okay. Now here I want to explain one concept. This is advanced Django concept. Okay. Mostly if you are going for a higher package, they might ask this: atomic and transaction. What is transaction? What is transaction? Transaction. Transferring, not data. What is transaction? You usually do, right? You guys use UPI, right? UPI. So when I say transaction, you can think about money transaction. Okay. When I say transaction, you can think about it because that's the main application of it. So why is this? Typically, what transaction mean is one basic example of transaction is you go bank, deposit money. You go ATM, withdraw money. And you go Paytm, transfer money. So all these are kind of, you can say it's kind of transaction. Okay. Now here, when I do transaction, I have to follow few steps. What step is? Just tell me guys, if I go to bank and check balance, let's say I have 1000 rupees, okay. I deposit 200 rupees. This, after that, if I check balance again, I get 1200. Okay. At the same time, while I have the balance 1000, I go and deposit 200, it will become 1200. At the same exact moment, if I try to withdraw 1200 rupees, what happens? At the same time, I have 1000, depositing 200 also same time, withdrawing 1200 also same time. And third person, maybe your mom is checking the balance, at the same time. How much do you think? 1000, 1200 or 0 or minus 200? How much will she see? All these things are happening at the same time.
Sir, it will be like multi-threading.
Multi-threading. And the system.
Every action will be done in fraction of second. So it will reflect the exactly like if suddenly 1000 rupees is inside that or 200 rupees is deposited. If I am taking that, it will show 1200. If in the next second I
I'm not even talking about second, microsecond, everything happening at the same time.
possible, sir.
Huh?
Is it possible?
I'm asking you, if I check the balance at that time, what will I get? Or am I able to, first question comes, am I able to withdraw this? I'm depositing at the same time, someone else using my ATM, withdrawing at the same time. Whether I'm able to withdraw, or if that is the case, what balance will I get? What will you show? One more scenario. No, in this only everything covers. Think about this. Yeah. Everything happening at the same time. Okay, listen. So the meaning of transaction is so many operations are there in between, but entirely considered as one operation. For example, if you want to transfer money from one account to another account, you can say two things are happening. Inside so many things happen. For example, first balance checking happens. Then if the money is greater, if more money exists, for example 1500 is there, you transfer to account B 1000 rupees. Now new balance will be 500. Deposited to account B. His account will become B's account will become 1000 rupees. And checking balance after this. So the thing is, when you transfer one amount from one bank to another bank, so many things happens in between. But we consider this entire thing as one single operation. One single operation. So that kind of concept is called transaction. Okay. So many operations, but it's like a bundle together and calling everything as a single operation. That kind of concept is called transaction. Okay. Now, here few problems are there. For example, if I check the balance, I get 1500. I do transfer to bank account other person B 1000 rupees. After this, some internet connection is gone. Okay. To complete one transaction, 4 steps to be followed. Okay. Let's say 4 steps are there. After step 2, internet connection is gone. So what happens at that time? Something breaks, something failed after second step. Step number 3 and 4 is not executed. So what happens at that time? Error. Okay. Any other? What happens?
It won't complete the task.
Huh?
It won't complete the task.
That's my question. If it won't complete the task. So, to avoid such kind of situation, now 1000 is gone. 1000 is gone. It did not receive to him also. If I check my balance, I am showing 500 rupees. It did not receive to him. For me also 1000 gone. So it should not happen like this, right? We need some concept to take care of it. So that concept is called atomic. The concept of atomic is very simple. Either do everything or do nothing. For example, 100 steps are there. 99 succeeded. Last step failed. Doesn't matter. Roll back. That concept is called roll back. Going back again. Going back again. Undo everything. Whatever the state before starting the transaction, it will go there. Either do everything or do nothing. That is called atomic. Going back is roll back. Once 100 also done, then it is called commit.
One step is not done, then
Everything is undo. Yeah, everything will go back to the same old previous state. So that is called going back is roll back. Once everything is done, commit. Okay. So then 100 steps are there. No, that I am calling as a one single operation. That is transaction. To make do everything or do nothing. That is called atomic. Going back, roll back. If something fails, at least one step fails, roll back. Everything done, commit. Okay. Now, here in this situation, what happens? When one transaction starts, his entire row will be locked by database. For example, if that person had 1000 rupees before deposit, when the user press the deposit button, every row his entire row will lock. Nobody can change it. If he is trying to withdraw it, that particular request will be there. No, it will be queued somewhere. That action won't perform. It will be halted. It will be waiting for some time. It will be like on hold. So unless when the user clicks on the deposit button, his row will be locked. Once this deposition is done, that deposit money is there. No, this is one atomic transaction. This is one atomic transaction, depositing money. Until everything is done, until 100 steps are completed, that entire row will be locked. Nobody can overwrite the data. Nobody can change the value of it. That means we can't withdraw. That request will be moved. In few systems, reading will be allowed. Okay, when you check the balance, if it is in the locked state, you will be able to read it. You can't write it. Okay, when you read it, you most probably will get 1000. You will get 1000 because at that moment is account balance data is logged. Okay, after this deposition is done, then it will become 1200. Then this request will be taken. Okay. So it depends on who is on hold at first. So depositing money is one transaction, withdrawing money is one transaction. Checking balance is mostly not a transaction. Okay, it is just reading the data. That's it. For reading, there is no issue at all. For writing, if you are overwriting the data or changing the value, if it is in the atomic operation stage, you can't do it. Your request will be on. So such kind of things we will put in the transaction atomic block here. Why I put this in the transaction atomic block? Because when I click the button in the postman, I want either I have 50 question means I want all the 50 question in my database or nothing at all. If something breaks in between, don't save anything. Understood? If I have 50 question, 49 is passed. While something happened for the 50th question, something wrong happened in my code or something is wrong with the other thing, nothing will be saved. Either save everything or do nothing. It's like that. So that is kind of concept, transaction dot atomic. Since I am passing so much of data, I want that kind of thing in atomic block. So this is nothing but creating the data. Test is created. Then loop. One test is there. That's why no loop. I have so many questions. That's why it's in the loop. Inside that, for each question, 4 options will be there. That is in the loop. Okay. To add the row in the table, this is the syntax. Table name dot objects dot create. This is the interview question. How to add data in the table? This is the syntax. Usually this job was done by serializer previously because we were dealing with only one table. Right now we are dealing with so many tables, right? We have to do it manually. Before, when you do serializer.save, it was saving. Now we have to do it if it is in this kind of situation. The syntax to save a row, tables.objects.create, and pass the data inside this. This is the syntax. In SQL, how do we do? Insert into table, something like that, right? In Django, we will do like this. That's it. I will push this code, execute it, try it once. It's already pushed, just pull it and see it. Try it. Can I get your attention? Send your attention. Now. Did you send me? Yeah, I'll check. Is it done? Is it done? No. Errors. Huh? Yesterday's. I mean, prioritize this, that you can do later. Okay, guys, close your laptops. Okay, so let's discuss on how to build a resume. What all resume should contain? What all resume should contain? Skills, name. Okay. One second. Skills, name, email, contact. Yeah, next. Projects, experience, education. Skills is done. Anything else missing? Language, okay. Any other?
Certification.
Huh?
Certification.
Certification, okay. Summary. Okay. What's the ideal number of pages you should have in the resume? As a fresher? Yeah, one, correct. Even 2-3 year experience, people also keep 1 page only, okay. You don't put more than 1 page. Whatever things you can compress in that. One is more than enough, okay. In this, you should never create a resume in some random website or Canvas or those things, okay. Just follow this step. This is called latex method. Latex method. The website is Overleaf. It's free. Sign up with your Google account and create your resume here. The left side, you have to write in that language. You might be not knowing. Ask with ChatGPT. That's it. Okay. So you should create in this latex format. Why latex? Because humans won't read the resume in the screening method. Mostly machines do. They pass all your resumes into a machine. It's like picking the lottery. Random people will get the interview call. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are unskilled or something like that. It's completely lottery as of now. Before it was such cases. Because for one application, 1,000, 10,000 people will apply, right? So the only way to do things is keep on applying, keep on applying. That's it. So first thing, our resume should be clean. Before you must be very skilled or no skilled, doesn't matter. Resume should look clean and machine should be able to read it. If you pass this resume to any machine and if you ask question, what is the experience, how many experience, it will easily pick this is the experience column. From this is the company, this is the starting year, starting date, ending date. All the data, this is the location, it will pick. Because it is not written in the just normal text, it is written in the latex form. It follows a structure, okay. So that's why use this website. Don't write the resumes of your resumes. This is the resume. You have content on the left side and also on the right side. Don't follow this approach, okay. And one more thing, don't put your photo. If you are going for any modeling or some other field, you can put. For developer role, no need. Okay. And yeah. So many things you guys said. Skills is mandatory, name is mandatory, email mandatory, contact mandatory. Location maybe location. For example, if you are in Bangalore and if you are applying for the Bangalore company only, prefer that you put a location. So they might be filtered based on that. They don't want other people coming here. Okay. So location maybe in few resume I put, few resume I don't. And one more thing, your resume depends on which job you apply for. It's not like one resume for everything. Depends on the job description also. So you apply for one job, that job will be having the JD. In that JD, so many keywords will be there. What you should do is copy this JD, copy your general resume, put both the things into ChatGPT, and tell to this JD I want my resume. That's how you have to create. It's not like a template thing. One resume you can't apply anywhere because from the JD's keyword, that latex ATS machine, that is called ATS, okay, applicant tracking system. They will put your resume inside this software. So in that ATS, it will filter based on the keyword, how many times that keyword is used. For example, if you are applying for a backend developer, if it is based on Python, then at least 3 places Python should be there. In the skill, in the experience, in the project, Python should be there. So everything matters, even small things matters. Okay. After all the things matters, then comes the luck. First thing is in your hand. After, if you are not doing there only properly, then you failed at the first step only. First step is in your hand. Making your resume aligned with the JD. That's the first step. If you don't do that, you rejected there only. Then comes the second step. If they will put your resume there, then it will be based on the luck. Okay. You don't have to get emotional on that. Completely luck. Okay. So first step we have to be very clear. Once resume shortlist is done, you will get a call. Okay. Mostly they will take a telephonic interview on the that spot only. They will ask you few questions. You have to answer there, then and there only. Not like where you are there or what's your name. No. Tell me what is the project you order, what is the contribution it is giving. So these many rough questions they will ask. Based on 2-3 questions only they will judge. Based on that they will shortlist later. Okay. So first step is resume. So we are in the first step right now. As you can see, since you guys are just passed, you can put the education first only. I kept it in the end. Okay, I kept it in the end. You can put this thing here only. Just after your name, phone number, email address, LinkedIn account. Everyone should have a LinkedIn account. If your GitHub is good, if your GitHub account is good, so many projects are there. At least one good project also matters. If you have maintained GitHub, you have to add the GitHub link and at the beginning. And if your lead code account is good, if you are practicing DSA, then put that. Okay. If you don't, if you are just GitHub account, don't put. Then it will a bad impression. LinkedIn account is mandatory, and email, phone number, both should be active. There only you can put the location. Here only. Put the state line and write your location. Just write Bangalore. That is enough. Okay. Then comes the technical skill. This depends on how you want to classify. I'm not a backend developer. I'm more of a kind of platform guy. I work in the cloud platform most. So I'm basically an SRE, not a backend engineer. I'm an SRE. If you guys don't know what is this, even this has a good scope. Okay, think about it. Go through it. SRE, site reliability engineer. What these people will do is, once your product is ready, once the application, everything is ready, it will go to production. Live user will be using it. Any problem in the production, you will get the call. If you are an SRE, you will be the first person get the call. Whether it is 1 AM, 2 AM, 3 AM, doesn't matter. You will get the call. So that is the job. Okay. Any issues, whether it may be user not able to log in or user not able to upload the pic, download the report, anything based on what product you are working on, any issues you will get the call. Okay, so that is SRE. What you have to do is, first step is do the quick fix. User should be able to, user shouldn't get frustrated because they are paying to it, right? What is your first job as an SRE is do the quick fix. This is a quick fix. Do some hit some Linux command, restart the things, or do something. Customer should become happy. That's it. Do something. Once that is done, you have to sit and debug things. Where the thing gone wrong? Why did this did not catch while it was under testing? Everything a tester should find out. If the tester couldn't find out that error, then it will be caught in the production. Okay. Then they will catch the tester. Why did you test it properly? So their points will be reduced. Their performance will come down. If tester is finding out too many bugs, then they will catch the developer. You didn't write the code properly. So this is like a loop cycle. So first things comes product team. Product team. They decide the product, okay. Then comes to the developer. Front end, back end, whatever. Then it will go to tester. Then this thing will go to DevOps, right? DevOps or platform. Both are almost same. Then it will go to production. Then it will come to SRE. SRE will find out what is the root cause properly. Then he will report it. Whether it is a tester's mistake or developer's mistake or DevOps mistake, he should be knowing everything a little bit. Mostly he will be working much with this team. Okay. So he will find the root cause and he will report it to developer. He will report it to developer. This is the root cause why this got failed in the production. If he finds some mistakes, people will catch this guy. If he finds some mistake, people will catch this guy. If he makes some mistake, people will catch this guy. Okay. Because what he says he will do, what he done he will test, what he tested he will deploy, what he deployed that will be client will be using. It's kind of cycle. So their performance depends on the next team. This team's performance depends on SRE. This team's performance depends on tester. Okay. So there are many roles you need to understand. So there are many roles in the company, not just developer. Okay. So now I am explaining this because this resume is SRE's, not a developer's resume. Okay, don't copy this. So according to what my job is, I have put my skill set, what all tool I use for that particular job. Okay. If you are a developer, then according to that your skill set should be there. You can classify maybe the list of databases what you know, list of programming language what you know, that might be common. Then comes as a developer also, it's mandatory to know few cloud tools also. It's mandatory. Maybe after this backend development course, you might be moving to a different batch and I don't know, maybe front end or cloud. Okay. So learn that also. So the thing is, many roles are there. From my class, you can blindly apply to backend role, API role, tester role also maybe you can apply. If you are too good at Postman, tester role you can apply. Okay. So many roles are there. According to that, your skill set should be there. Okay. One more thing, never fake in the resume again. If you are able to convince the interviewer, doesn't matter you put up one project, they won't ask the source code, what is the code, what this code section is doing, nothing, they won't ask all those things, okay. You put the project, you wrote something, for example, here, any keyword, architected and used, architected and deployed a production grade containerized platform AWS Fargate with high availability and scalable infrastructure design. In this one line, so many things are saying. Interviewer catch you will ask and catch and ask what is high availability. You might have to explain. You will pick one keyword from your resume and the interview will start from there. Any one random keyword you will pick. What is high availability? If you are not able to answer, you are rejected there only. So never fake in the resume. If you are able to convince him, this is the reason. You don't do the project. Doesn't matter. If you are able to convince him, then good. You can fake. If you are able to convince, or else don't do. Okay. If you try to fool the interviewer, then you are gone. Okay. So never fake in the resume unless you can convince them. It's not like, I'm not saying never put such skills. If you are not able to lie there, then don't put. You should be a good liar in the interview. Okay. Then put your experience, whatever experience you have done, what is the starting, ending, location, key points, what all job you did there. The role name should be highlighted. Company name you can put it like that. Then key things, what all you did there. What impact you brought to that company. Okay. Then comes your project. 1, 2, 3 project you can put. Since you are a fresher, 3 project also you can put. Experience 1 you can put an internship. 3 project you can put. Okay. Then your project, if you have the link to it, then it's too good. You should have a link. It's good. If you don't have link, it's fine, not mandatory. It's better if you have a link. And here you have to write the key tech stack you have used. Key things. What are the main things you used? That you have to use, write there. Then here some description. That's it. Here, when did you start? When did you end? Okay. In you as a developer, one point should be generic, like a product description should be there. This is what my product does, just one line. Next point should be purely technical. This is what I used. This is why I used. This is the reason why I used this database. Why I didn't use that. Such kind of key points you should mention there. Okay. One line you should mention what your project does, not a technical line. Next 2-3 lines you can put completely technical. Then education. If your CGPA is too bad, don't put. Okay. If it is above 7, then you can put. Then starting year, ending year. That's it. And few things. Certification, right? If the certification is good, if you don't have good experience, then put certification. Then summary depends. If you have space, you can put. If you don't have space, don't put. Education mandatory, 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 mandatory. This is optional. Better you put it. Okay. Language. This highlights for me. If I tell you something, I got job just because of I put that language 2 times. I got 2 times offer just because I put the language. Because my interviewer, one of the interviewers, you can see there, Site Reliability Incident, Saisan Omnitech Private Limited. They scheduled the call. I think they needed immediately. They scheduled the call immediately. The head of engineering scheduled the meeting with me, and 40 minutes we talked. I pretty much answered everything, but still in few areas he was not convinced that much. Maybe I didn't have that much experience to answer his questions. They had too much expectation. At the end, he saw my resume. Before, in the old resume, I had that language. I had 5 languages, it had Malayalam also. So he asked, did you simply put or do you really know it? So I said, no, I know it because I watched so many movies. So he talked with me in Malayalam. Then he got convinced, I got the job. So depends. If, for example, if you are a Telugu person, if the interviewer is a Telugu person, matching. Got it, right? So check your luck, you can put that language. Another place, he was like confused why he doesn't know so many languages. So based on that conversation started, personal conversation, then I got job. So depends. Okay. So to check your luck, you can put the language. And also, I didn't have the place to put the extracurricular. If you are too good at something, extracurricular. In the extracurricular only you can put. I'll show my old resume once again. As you can see here, I had this behavioral skill or extracurricular before. Here I used to go to multiple hackathons and I used to do some other part-time job. And in college, I was a captain of college cricket team, so I put that. Depends on if you are too good at something, then put that lines. If you have any awards, if you are too good at some sports, some people will hire you based on that also. If you are good at something, if they like that trait, then they will catch. For example, I am a cricket player, so he asks question based on that also. He also likes cricket. So, conversation happens. So you can put something like that. But never fake, okay? Never fake. Any other doubts? Prepare resume like this in the overleaf. Any doubts? As you can see, before my technical skill was down, then I kept it up. I had 10th, 12th marks and all. Now it's irrelevant, right? So I prioritize this technical skill at the top, education at the bottom.
So personal summary.
Personal summary. If you have not practical. If you are putting it, just put it here only at the beginning. Here only. Right after. Executive summary. Yeah. Yeah, you can leave. Where is that?
Sir, he's saying that he's going to learn Malayalam.
Tomorrow we have test, right? I mean, after test you can ask me. Yeah, after test. Forms, if you are using Django for full stack, then Forms is needed. Are you using Django for full stack? Are you using website also? Then Forms is one. Templates means HTML file, right? Then you are using Django for full stack. You have front end also in Django only.
Full stack is very basic. Front end is very basic.
I mean, front end exists, right? Then it is full stack. Then you need Forms. Let's see tomorrow the code. Yeah.